Welcome to Money and Investing Talk with Ali, Shahraki, and Kian. Today we are going to discuss a few side hustle to be able to make money with a low startup. But why do we need side hustle? First of all, good evening, Shane. Why do we need side hustle? Uh, well, if you are just going to work from morning until night to be able to earn money to pay your bills, you're never going to achieve financial freedom. You need to have a source of income which is going to come in your house without you spending your time there, without you being there, and that money keeps coming in. Now, that form can come from investing, can come from some sort of side hustle, which we're going to be asking Kian as well. But it's very important to have a side hustle on the side, something which is going to bring money in while you are not there in the long term. Maybe you have to spend some time building it, making it, but then you can put it on autopilot so it becomes autopilot after. But if you have to spend time all the time, you never ever gonna have financial freedom. Exactly what Shane Wilson said as well. You have to have multiple stream of income. Otherwise, you're never gonna achieve financial freedom. All your life you're gonna be working long hours, just pay the bills, and then you get to the point where you just can't work that much long hours anymore. So then you're going to be struggling at the end of it to be able to even pay your bills, and you don't have anything to rely on when you're older. So, Kian,
Yeah.
tell us about some side hustle. You teach people about internet marketing and how they can create stuff. So tell us about some side hustle. What do you think about the side hustle?
Well, some of the titles. First, what I want to say is maybe. Well, first of all, who likes money? I think everybody
Well,
here likes
everybody,
money. Everybody, you
yeah.
like money.
Everybody loves money.
Yeah, and one thing is, I'm gonna explain about two things. So the first thing is, maybe some of you out there, you already have the skill, you already have the knowledge, and you already got everything, and you're ready, and you're ready to tell everyone about your skill and knowledge, and you can make a course about it. Then the next thing, what you can do, well, that's one of the ways you can do it. If you're ready and everything, you can start making courses and you can get ready and start making money. The second thing is, you don't have the skill, you don't have the knowledge, you don't have the experience. And what you can do is, for example, say I want to learn about cooking, for example. Now, what I would do is I would go on some sites, for example, some on Udemy, for example. I would search in cooking lessons, for example. I would find a course that is teaching about cooking. Then I'll get all that knowledge, all that skills, all that experience. Over time, I gain that experience. Then I would implement that into my course, and then I would start selling, and that's a multiple type of income.
Absolutely. So basically, one way of making money is to Shane as well says, he says work smarter, not harder. That's the key. So one way of making money is to be able to educate people about your own skill. Now, it depends how old you are. If you are old enough and you have experience of doing something, trust me, there are many people out there, they want to learn your experience and what you know already to be able to use in their life. Now, you can create the course on that, and then start selling that. Now, when you create the course, once you create it, you make all those videos, right? Is that right?
Yeah.
You don't need to be there anymore. So you put it on the autopilot, and then
maybe the only times you need to update it is when, like, for example,
if things change, yes, if things change,
everything.
and that's the technology. For example, Kian courses, like, they are on technology, so he has to keep them up to date. But like, if he's cooking recipes and you're creating cooking course and you have a recipes from your mom and you're a very good
Or
cook,
maybe it's even your own recipes.
Your own recipe, right?
Yeah.
So you create that course, and also you leave in a legacy for your own children because they can go and watch those videos. Now you might think, okay, I don't know how to make the videos. Get help. You can reach out. You can, first of all, you can find all information on YouTube now these days about this stuff. If you find it difficult, because I understand it's quite difficult. I bought so many different cameras, so many different things to be able to try this, and at the end it was quite confusing because so much information out there. but you do help people to create the
Yeah.
course and stuff, isn't it? So
Yeah, I teach them how to build their sales funnel, how to build their products, how first we start off with your niche.
yeah.
Then we teach you how to set up your product. Then we teach you how to create your actual website, and then we go on from there and there and there.
And you giving it a very good price, like 39 pound a month,
£39 a month.
39 pound a month, and they get access to ask you question on a
Yeah,
live
and
session
also
as well.
every Wednesday, 7 to 9 UK time, we do have live sessions. You can come there, ask your questions, and we sit down and we help you with it.
We literally build it for you, help you
Something
to
that
build it.
we were never able to get.
Yeah,
on
so
our courses.
you have this kind of help as well. If you want, just reach out, and we can help you out.
Mm.
Now, the other way of making money, we said few side hustles. So the other way, for example, is property, right? From property market. Literally, there are lots of tired landlord. That's how I started in a property, and I'm going to be talking about more about the property. There are many tired landlords out there which they don't want to deal with their house anymore. Right now, for example, I'm selling all my properties myself because I really don't want to deal with them, because I invest mostly inside the stock market now, because that gives me much more higher return.
And also, property is long term.
Property is long term.
5%.
Yeah, so you get less, return, and I'm in a rush. I want to get more return. So I don't mind if somebody come and approach me and try to manage my properties for me, because I don't want to deal with the hassle of tenant and everything. So if you are somebody who loves to deal with this kind of problem, finding a tenant, dealing with the tenant problem, doing all the stuff, you literally can. All you have to do is just find few tired landlord, and then see how many bedrooms they have, and then rent their property from them, and then you can sublet those property. Obviously you have to get permission from them, make sure it's not against their mortgage permission and everything, and you can sublet them and manage it for them, and then pay them the rent, and then you can take the extra. I was doing that. I had about 7 properties like that, which each one of them was giving me about £400 a month on top. That was about £2,800 a month just coming in without me doing anything. But I had to go and find a property. I had to make that deal. But that's one way. Now the other way, for example, if you have extra room in your house, you can rent it out. If you have extra room in your house, you can literally. I used to do that when I was in Italy. I used to rent out my room and one of the bedroom to few people, and earn extra money from that. That's very simple. Using what the resources you have. Literally going to the garages. This is another way you can make money. To the garage. If you go to the garage, they have a car there. They want to sell it, but they don't know how to market it, right? So so you take few picture of it, you speak to them, say, look, if I sell your car for you, how much commission you're going to give me? Speak to them, ask them. They're going to say yes, no.
Learn to speak.
Yeah, because everybody wants to sell their stuff, right? So if I sell your car for you, how much you're going to give me? I'm going to give you £500 if you sell this car for me. And then you take few picture of it, you're going to share it on Facebook group, Facebook buy and sell. Yes, marketplace, yes. And then you write the description there, and then you tell them to go there and then mention your name, and then when they made a sale, then you're gonna get your commission. For example, for property market, I did the same thing myself. I went to the agent, and I realized on Zoopla, I realized there are few properties which they are not selling. They've been on the market for a long time, right? So I went to the agent and I told him, look, if I sell your property for you, how much commission I'm gonna get? And he said, look, I give you, £4,000 if you sell that property for me, right? So what I did, I just took some picture of it, I put it on Facebook, I put it everywhere, I advertise it, and then I told them to go to the agent and just mention my name to know I sent you. And when they went there, they mentioned my name, and the agent knew I sent them. They sold the property, they gave me the commission. Now, you might say, well, what if they don't give you commission? Well, if they don't give you the commission, next time you're not going to do it. So if they want more business, they're going to do it for you.
You want more customer, then
exactly, you got a commission, right? So you can do this stuff. There are so many things you can do. There are so many things you can do. I'm gonna run one day mastermind just on this, to just talk about the side hustle, give ideas to people. Maybe even we do it for free. Depends, how many people they are asking for it. So because I really want to be able to help people to start the side hustle, start the side business.
Because most people out there, I've realized most people on Instagram, on Facebook, they for example, I was scrolling on Instagram a couple of minutes ago, and this person, they were painting really nice, they're doing art really nice, but they don't know how to sell their paintings, and they don't know how to do what to do with it.
That's a different skill.
And they're asking everywhere in Facebook marketplaces and Facebook groups and all this stuff, how can I sell my painting? And
The
this
thing is, the
is
psychology of selling, most people, they find it very difficult. They think selling is a bad thing. But if you are somebody who have a good product, it's your duty to make a sell. Why? Because if you don't sell, if you know your product, your information
mm,
is going to make a change to somebody's life, is going to change their life, is
mm,
your duty to sell it. Why? Because then you can change their life. Maybe they don't know their life is about to change with your information,
mm,
but you know their life is about change. And if it's for people good and it's going to change people's life in a good way, is your duty to sell it to them. But if you know your product is bad for people, is going to ruin the people's life, you shouldn't be doing it.
mm.
Because by ruining people's life, you're never going to get anywhere, right? So you're only going to, if you take focus away from money and you focus on people, make sure you improve people's life. If you are improving people's life, you will achieve money as well. You will have money as well. This is very important.
So I just want to recap some of the side hustles we went over today. One was online, making courses and selling your knowledge and skills and experiences. Number two is from affiliate, going around to different businesses, saying, "Hey there, I'll help you get more customers. You pay me a certain amount of commission." And then the third way is, what was the third way?
By finding
Hmm,
somebody else's product and
that
sell it,
was affiliate.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
So one was to make your own courses and
online,
teach your own
sell your
skills.
experiences.
Yeah. Uh,
Two was affiliate.
Affiliate get commission. No, affiliate is different
Oh,
way.
third
One,
one
yeah.
was investing.
Investing is not investing. Property is not actually. If you are entering a property that way, you are not investing property. You are using a property as a job, and we're going to be
Mm.
talking about it. You
In the
know,
next session
in the
or
next session more,
yeah.
because that way to find somebody else's property and subletting it, you are not actually investing in a property. You are using a property as a job. Investing is totally different. People who they buy the property, they are investing in property. So, but you can build up your money by starting with the property as a job, make some money, and then you can start investing in it as well yourself.
Shane said, "I knew my products, but I was hopeless at sales." But there's
Absolutely.
many classes out there you can learn how to sell and everything.
Absolutely. You know, and that is very important skill itself. That is
I wonder what course I could make. No pressure.
well, you know, you are a DJ. I know you for
He could
20 years.
teach
You've
me
been doing
how
the,
to.
yeah.
He could teach.
I be your first customer. I'll buy it from you. Seriously.
Yes.
Because I love to be able
Learn
to
how
play
to
music.
remix and everything.
Right?
You can
So
get all your skills. For example, from DJ, you can teach people. Loads of people out there, they want to become a DJ, but they don't know how to operate the DJ board. So you can make
Shane,
a course teaching you how to do
get in
that.
touch with Kian and his internet marketing course.
I'll help you, Shane.
He teach you how to make the webinar, make everything for it, make the
Make the
sales
website, set the
membership
ads up for
area.
you,
Yeah,
grow your Instagram, everything.
also membership area, everything. Thank you very much. We try to make this session short because we want to upload it to Instagram as well. It has to be less than 50 minutes. Please like our video if you like it. Write a comment. Tell us what you think. Get involved, so we know at least we are doing the right thing.
Also, let us know in the comments what you want us to cover in future podcasts.
Yeah.
And that just shows that you're actually appreciating all this podcast that we're doing,
Absolutely.
all this information we're giving out to you guys.
Absolutely. And also, if you are a money expert, why don't you tell us and come on our show and let's talk about money. If you have some knowledge you want to teach people, let's talk about money. Thank you very much, and we'll see you in the next video next week on Thursday
Yeah,
at 8 o'clock. Thank you very much. See you next week.
See you guys.